Good morning, children. Welcome to class 7th science. Once again, children, in a previous video, we have discussed the first part of chapter 4, that is temperature and thermometer. So before start this video, we'll recall some important points regarding temperature and thermometer. Temperature is a degree of hotness or coldness. The normal temperature of human body is 37 degree Celsius. Okay. Temperature can be measured by use of thermometer. Thermometer is of two types basically. Number 1, clinical thermometer. Number 2, laboratory thermometer. Clinical thermometer are used to measure the temperature of human body. Laboratory thermometer, which are used to measure the temperature of solution or chemicals. Clinical thermometer used in clinics. Laboratory thermometer used in labs. Clinical thermometer have the range of 35 degree Celsius to the 42 degree Celsius. Laboratory thermometer have the range from minus 10 degree Celsius to the 110 degree Celsius. Okay, this we have discussed in the previous video. Now children, in this video we will cover the transfer of heat. Okay, the second topic of this chapter, that is transfer of heat. Okay, heat can be transferred from hotter region to the colder region in solids and liquids. Okay, clear? I repeat once again, heat can be transferred from hotter region to the colder region. Okay, see here, heat flows from a body at higher temperature, that is hotter region, to the body at lower temperature, that is colder region. This is called transfer of heat. Okay, so in solid, in liquid, the heat can easily transfer from hotter region to the colder region of an object. Okay, so heat transfer can take place by three methods that we discussed in this topic. The first method of transfer of heat is conduction. Second, convection. Third, radiation. Okay, so these three methods of heat transfer in solid, liquid or without any medium, that we'll discuss in detail. Okay, so start from the first, that is conduction. Children, conduction is the process in which heat is transferred from hotter region to the colder region in solids. Okay, see here about this conduction. The process by which heat is transferred from hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction, and the process of conduction occurs in solids. In solid thing, the transfer of heat occur by conduction. Okay, clear? I repeat once again, conduction is the process of heat transfer in which heat is transferred from hotter region to the colder region in solids. Okay, clear? Now children, an activity regarding conduction. This activity proves that the heat is easily transferred in solid by conduction from hotter region to the colder region. Okay, in this activity we will take a rod of metal like aluminium or iron. In this rod we will fix few small pieces of wax. These pieces should be at nearly equal distances. Okay, means periodically after certain gaps, okay, after little gaps we can fix the small pieces of waxes to the iron rod. Okay, clear? Now after that we fix this rod in a stand. If we do not have stand, we can use two bricks, and between two bricks the rod we can fix. Okay, now last, heat the other end of the rod and observe. Okay, like one end we have fixed in a stand or in a bricks. Okay, now other end will be heat. When we heat the other end, so the hotter region, this end, whenever we heat, is transfer heat to the colder end. Means when we heat the one end of the rod, so the heat is generated there, and slowly it moves to the colder side. When it will move, the wax pieces will be melt, and if wax pieces will melt, we can easily observe that heat is transferred from hotter region to the colder region. Firstly, hot side wax pieces will melt, then slowly the cold side pieces will melt because of transfer of heat. Okay, clear? Problem regarding that? Now children, conduction as a term is also there. Conduction, regarding that a term, that is conductors. Okay, conductors are those material which allow heat to pass through them easily. Okay, those material which allow them heat to pass through them easily are called conductors of heat. Like a rod we have taken in a activity, okay, in which we have taken a rod of aluminium, iron or copper, in which the heat can easily transfer from hotter region to the colder region. So don't be confused between conduction and conductors. Conduction is the process by which heat is transferred, and conductors are the materials in which heat is transferred. Okay, so don't be confused between them. Both are the important regarding your exam. Okay, I repeat once again, conduction is the name of process in which heat is transferred, and conductors are the materials which allow heat to pass through them easily. Okay, example of conductors: aluminium, iron and copper. Okay, so conductor can easily transfer the heat, pass the heat. Okay, but insulator, another thing, that is insulator, another material which do not allow heat to pass through them easily. Okay, see here, the materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are poor conductors of heat, such as plastic and wood. these are the poor conductors of heat, and it is also known as insulator. Okay, I repeat once again, insulator are those material which do not allow heat to pass through them easily, and these are called insulator. Okay, these are the poor or bad conductor of heat. Okay, example, plastic, wood. Okay, clear about this? First method we have discussed of transfer of heat, that is conduction. Okay, in conduction, two example I have given in front of you, conductors and insulator. Now children, second method of transfer of heat is convection. Okay, the second method, that is convection. See here, convection is the process by which heat is transferred in liquids and gases from hotter part to the colder part. Okay, so definition will be same but example is differ. I repeat once again, convection is the process by which heat is transferred from hotter region to the colder region in liquids and gases. Okay, so this is convection. Okay, clear? Now regarding convection, an activity is there. Okay, see here, in water we can easily give the example of convection. The heat can easily transfer. Children, we know very well, if we take a boil, if we take a pot in which we fill the water there. Okay, so first of all, the downside where the heat is generate, okay, they got the heat first, so that part will be hot. Then slowly the colder part, that is upper side part, will be become hot. So the heat is transferred in liquids by convection from hotter part to the colder part. Okay, see in this activity, take some water in a flask. Okay, in a flask, that is round bottom flask, we take some water and keep it on a stand. In a stand we can fix this flask. After that, we put crystal of potassium permanganate in it and heat it with burner. Okay, children, when school open, we'll go in science lab and perform this activity. Okay, we'll take a flask. In flask we'll put a crystal of potassium permanganate, and by use of burner we can provide heat to the flask. Okay, after that, the water at the bottom become hot and rises up, and cold water from the top moves down. Okay, means the water at the bottom will be heat first, then it goes upside, and the upper part of the cold water will also become hot. Okay, this activity proves that heat is transferred from hotter region to the colder region in liquids. Okay, see here the next point. This water become hot and rises up, and cold water from the top moves down, and the process continues till all the water gets heated. This show that heat is transferred by convection. Okay, clear? So in last we can say that in liquids and gases, heat can be transferred by convection. Okay, clear? Now children, next, the two terms are very important regarding your exam. The first, that is sea breeze, and second, that is land bridge. Okay, both are very very important, so learn very carefully what I'm saying to you. Okay, in convection, see first, sea breeze. Okay, sea breeze occur during the day. Okay, so during the day, sea breeze occur in which lands gets heated faster than the sea. Normally we have seen during the day the land gets heated faster than the sea. Okay, sea become cool, but in day the land is hot. Okay, so the air above the land get heated, become hotter, and rises up, and cool air from the sea move towards the land. Okay, clear? Means in the land the air will become hot. Okay, and it will goes upside, then the air, cool air above the sea will also, okay, rises up, and cool air from the sea moves towards the land. Okay, means hot air goes to the sea and cool air come to the land. This is called sea breeze. Okay, clear? I repeat once again. During the day, land gets heated faster than sea, so the air above the land gets heated, become hotter, and rises up. Cool air from the sea moves towards the land. So children, in sea breeze we can say that the cool air from the sea, okay, moves towards the land. That is the conclusion of sea breeze. Okay, because in land the air that is hot, but in sea the air is cool, so the cool air from the sea will move towards the land. This is sea breeze. Okay, clear? Sea breeze, that is the cool air from the sea move towards the land. That is sea breeze. Okay, now next, that is land breeze. Okay, in which we have seen that during the night, basically in night it will takes place, the sea cools down slowly then the land. Okay, sea become cools then the land. Okay, so the hot air above the sea rises up, and cool air from the land move towards the sea. Okay, in sea breeze we have seen that the cool air from the sea move towards the land, but in land breeze the cool air from the land move towards the sea. Okay, it in land breeze the air move to the sea. Okay, and in sea breeze the air move to the land. Okay, clear? Any problem regarding that? It's very simple, very easy. See once again, land breeze occur during the night. Okay, in which the hot air above the sea rises up, and cool air from the land move towards the sea. Means from the land air is moved towards the sea. Okay, this is called land breeze. Okay, see once again, in sea breeze the cool air from the sea move towards the land. Okay, this is called sea breeze. In land breeze the cool air from the land move towards the sea. This is called land breeze. Okay, clear about this? Now see in this picture, during the daytime, okay, during the daytime what happened here, the air from the sea, cool air rises up and move towards the land. This is land bridge. Okay, and in sea breeze the air from the land move towards the sea. Okay, this is sea breeze. Okay, clear? Now the third topic, the third part of transfer of heat is radiation. Okay, first conduction, second convection, third is radiation. Okay, radiation is also a method in which heat is transferred from hotter region to the colder region without the help of any medium. Okay, means it doesn't need any medium to transfer the heat. Okay, see here, radiation is the process by which heat is transferred from one place to the another place without the help of any medium. Okay, the best example of radiation is sun. Okay, the sunlight coming from sun to the earth doesn't require any medium. They directly reach to the earth, okay, from the sun. This is radiation. Okay, example I have given, the heat from the sun reaches the earth by radiation. Okay, another example, that is, if we sit near a fire, we feel warm due to heat radiated by the fire. Okay, all hot bodies radiate heat. Clear? Radiation is okay to you? Any problem? I repeat once again, radiation is the process by which heat is transferred from hotter region to colder region without any medium. Okay, example, sun to the earth. Okay, clear? Now children, the last topic of the chapter, that is the kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. Okay, in summer you have seen that we wear the light color clothes. Okay, the light color fabric we wear, but in winter we wear the dark color fabric. Why children, why this happen? Because dark color, because dark colored surface absorb more heat than light color surface. Okay, so that is the one reason behind that. That is why we wear the light color clothes in summer, and in winter we wear the dark color clothes. Okay, clear? Now see once again on your screen, we wear dark color clothes in winter because it absorbs more heat and keep us warm. Okay, in winter. But in summer we wear light color clothes, okay, because it reflects most of the heat and keep us cool. Okay, clear? Any problem regarding that? Very simple, very easy. Okay, the dark color absorb more heat and the light color absorb less heat. Okay, so that is why we wear light color clothes in summer and dark color clothes in winter. Okay, now third one, that is woolen clothes. Okay, in winter we also wear the woolen clothes. Why? Because the wool is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, wool is the poor conductor of heat. The air between them, between the wool fiber, prevents loss of heat from our body, so we feel warm. Okay, the air doesn't come inside the wool, okay, wool fiber, so we feel warm there. Clear? So children, in this chapter we have discussed temperature, heat, thermometer, clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, three methods of transfer of heat. First, conduction. Second, convection. Third, radiation. And also we have discussed the four important terms. First, conductors. Second, insulator. Third, sea breeze. Fourth, land breeze. Okay. So whatever the content of the chapter I am giving in the worksheet, okay, you do very carefully, write in rough notebook first, okay, and wait for instruction in the fair notebook, okay. First of all the work you do in rough notebook, okay children. Thank you.